Hello, today we're playing Rolling Rascal, which is a new game on Kickstarter. The demo is available on Steam, and this game is actually made by a guy called Gabriel, who was the creator of a Sonic fan game called Sonic GT. Now, the gameplay in general feels extremely similar to Sonic GT, so I believe that project may have been used as a foundation, and this is something that I love, is when people take their passion for one franchise or game as a fan, and they become a game developer by making a fan game, and then they realise, well, now that I've developed some skills, I can turn this into my own game, my own IP, my own franchise, and I can make some money from this. And that's exactly what this guy has done. He's, taken his Sonic fan game, used what he's learnt to make his own original game inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog, and it really plays like Sonic. I've played the demo for about 25-30 minutes now, so I did the tutorial and the first level, and it's really fun. It feels exactly like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, it feels like a Sonic game that would have come out in the past, like 6-7 years, and it feels like a lot of people really like this one. Because in just 12 hours of being published on Kickstarter, it received the funding needed for the game to go ahead and basically finish production and for this guy to see it through. It surpassed its pledge goal by quite a lot. The goal was $40,000 US. I might be converting that wrong. It might be 50,000. I see it in GBP. So let's, between 40 and 50k US dollar. He's currently at 105,000 as I'm recording this. So he's more than doubled his pledge goal, and there's still 13 days left to go. So who knows? This might reach 150k, maybe even more, maybe 200k. And obviously, started to release some stretch goals. If it reaches the 150k, then a hub world will be made where you can, move around, access different levels and challenges and things like that. Then, if a 200k is reached, he will add another character called QT. So Cutie, as in like C-U-T-I-E, but it will be called the letter Q and then T. And it will be playable in all game modes. And then a ton of extra stuff like color customization, outfit packs, challenge mode, speedrunning tools, loads of cool stuff that we would all love to see in Sonic games. So, yeah, if you want to play the demo, it's available on Steam. It has the tutorial level and then one single player level. It has online multiplayer, which has 4 maps. I've yet to play that. Might do another video on those, and then a time attack mode as well. At the moment, the game feels like most Sonic fan games. The camera is a bit finicky, giving me kind of PTSD as I remember the time playing Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 with that camera, although I loved those games. But it's a bit hard to see where you're going, sometimes hard to control. Doesn't really stick to the character. It's like a free camera, which can be beneficial in some areas, but when you're moving very fast, it's kind of difficult to control it. The character is a bit glidey, so maybe it just needs to be, I'd say a bit slower or less control for the player, less like glidey and smooth, maybe a bit more robust, and it would feel nice. But, like I said, it feels like a Sonic fan game, just with its own identity, and that's really cool. And the goal for this isn't until 2026. I think it's like mid-2026, maybe like a July, August time is the estimated release date for this. So 2 years away. So we probably won't see the full release of the game for a while, and it might be forgotten for a bit before it comes out. But this is really good. I like it when game developers take time making their games and don't try and rush things out. This probably could release as it is now as a small game that could make a little bit of money, but the fact that they're gonna, take this, really polish it, add more levels, I'm assuming optimize the online multiplayer and things like that, and turn it into its own franchise, hopefully, is really, really cool. So yeah. Who knows what this game will look like in 2 years' time. Like, in terms of visuals, I think it looks good already. I don't think it needs to be hyper-realistic. It has that nice stylized look, very similar again to what you'd see in a Sonic game. And then performance-wise, it seems pretty good too. I put the game on high settings, and I was getting a smooth 60. I did VSync, and he took me my monitors, that's a side point. I need higher hertz than 60. But you know, it runs smooth 60 in high settings. I think the requirements is like a GTX 1060 or something, nothing major, also nothing minor, it's, you know, in the middle. I believe the 1060 is a 6GB GPU, so that will for sure be optimized by the time the game releases as well. And yeah, that's kind of what I have to say. I mean, it's a brief review. I'm not going to go super in depth. I've only played 25-30 minutes. I probably will play some more. But so far, I like it. You know, there's a lot of momentum, which is cool. I know Sonic fans love momentum. You can speed your character up when you turn into a ball by smashing the X button, and then like do a speed dash, you know. There's obviously a homing attack. Lots of similar mechanics to Sonic, such as like jumping pads. The enemies are quite similar. You've got bouncing, like in Sonic Adventure 2, where you like turn into a ball and you bounce. There's like, I don't know what you would call them, like zip lines, I guess, that you can hang on. There's rails that you can skate on. There's little cannons that you get inside and then they shoot you to the other location. You know, like lots of stuff that you've seen over the past 10 to 20 years in Sonic games is all added in here. And it's cool. I like it when people take things into their own hands. It's like, well, Sega's not doing many games, so I'll just make one myself. And there you go. Like, people don't care that it's a blatant, not rip-off, but blatant inspiration. Very heavy inspiration. Gamers don't care. If game is good, people will buy. That's how simple it is. So yeah. All power to them. I hope it's successful. I've wanted a game like this for a while, and also a game, just to give a brief mention, to Poglings, which is basically Chow from Sonic, but its own game. Again, another Sonic fan turned developer that is just, you know, taking something very, very inspired by Sonic and making it into his own game, which is very, very cool to see. I hope we see more stuff like this in the future in general. You know, in a weird way, like, who knows, maybe Rollin' Rascal and Poglings and whatever like other games are coming out now, maybe these will be the big franchises in 10, 15, 20 years when they've established a fan base, and some of these bigger games that we play now could start to die out. I mean, look at games like Rayman. That used to be super popular, but I feel like Rayman nowadays is kind of not dead game, but not much is going on there, is it? So, you know, who knows? It would be really cool to see. I can't wait to see what the future of gaming is. Hopefully it's more indie people inspired by, you know, their childhood classics. So yeah. Right, I'll probably do another video on this playing multiplayer. As I said, go and download the demo on Steam if you want to play it. And yeah, thanks for watching this video if you made it to the end. A bit of a ramble, that's kind of how a lot of these are. Just wanted to show it off. Whether it's 100 people that watch this or 1,000, yeah, hope you enjoyed. Right, thanks and goodbye.